everyone, you're watching Super Saturday Debate with me, Maria Shakil, getting you the latest in the murder mystery of BJP leader and former actor Sonali Phogat. The Goa police has arrested 2 more people, including a club owner and a drug peddler. The cops also recovered drugs from the washroom of Curly's club, where Phogat was locked for 2 hours. The washroom has now been sealed by the Goa police, and the police has also revealed that Sonali was forcefully drugged before she died. CNN News 18 had earlier accessed the CCTV footage where she can be seen dancing with a man, Sukhvinder Singh, while in another footage she is clearly unconscious and she is being carried away by a man who has been identified as Sudhir Sangwan, her personal assistant. The police on Thursday had charged Sudhir and Sukhvinder for murder under Section 302. CNN News 18 has also accessed the telephonic conversation between Sudhir Sangwan and Sonali Phogat's nephew Sachin that happened moments after her death.
हेलो सचिन बोल रहा हूँ जी।
हाँ सचिन,
कहाँ वहीं हो क्या अभी?
हाँ गोवा हूँ भाई।
अच्छा, तो पोस्टमार्टम वगैरह क्या कुछ चल रहा है?
देखो शाम को होएगा, कल होएगा।
अच्छा, शाम को या कल होगा? तो ऐसे कैसे हो गया ये?
पता नहीं भाई कैसे हुआ, मेरे तो समझ में नहीं आ रहा।
अच्छा, तो आप वहीं थे क्या, पास ही साथ ही?
और क्या, रात तो सारी रात तो राजी खुशी बतलाए हैं। सुबह 7 साढ़े 7 बजे की बात है, मैं 5 से 7 मिनट के लिए कमरे के बाहर गया था, इतनी देर में हो गया।
अच्छा अच्छा।
And we are getting you more exclusive details in the investigation that is being done by the Goa police. Sudhir Sangwan will be the prime accused, is what top police sources are telling CNN News 18. In custodial interrogation, he has not revealed much. Other arrested accused is Sukhvinder. In his interrogation, he has actually told the police clearly that he is wrongly being trapped by Sudhir Sangwan, the personal assistant of Sonali Phogat. Sudhir was staying with Sonali Phogat for the last 4 years. Goa police will be in fact travelling to Haryana tomorrow to get more details of the nature of their equation and relationship. Sudhir will have to reply why he delayed medical assistance to her. Medical aid was delayed for almost 4 hours. Secondly, police will also be looking into the financials of Sudhir to understand the benefits he was receiving from Sonali Phogat. But a tough case to prove as murder is what sources are saying. Anshul Singh is joining me live from Goa. Anshul, what are you picking up from your police sources? Is this an open and shut case? And what exactly is the motive behind this murder?
So yes, there are many different layers of this entire investigation that is going on right now in Goa, especially by the Goa police, and now since Haryana police has also come in, there are many layers of this investigation that is being unearthed right now. So the relationship between Sonali Phogat and Sudhir Sangwan is also being interrogated by the police, because remember, Sudhir Sangwan was the person who came into touch with Sonali Phogat right when she was contesting that election for the BJP, and that was a time when he became her PA. And if you talk about the background of Sudhir Sangwan, then also you see that he is a very renowned lawyer, a very good lawyer, a very well-to-do lawyer. But since the last 4 years, he has been staying with Sonali Phogat, even though he has his own family, and that is the reason why when they came to Goa, it is getting very difficult for the Goa police to prove that this was actually a murder. Because even if the conversation that CNN News 18 has accessed, even in that conversation, so he looks very clueless as to what happened. Because remember, what police sources have told us is that they actually got 3 grams of MDMA from the drug peddler who is under the arrest of Goa police as of now. They actually got 3 grams of MDMA, and approximately mixed half of it as to what they thought was the right amount. They approximately 1.5 grams of it to the in the water, which is also known as speed water. They mixed that MDMA into water and gave that water to Sonali Fogart to drink. We also accessed that CCTV footage where we can see that Sonali Fogart was actually very reluctant while drinking that water, but Sudhir was the person who made sure that she drank that water. And after she drank that water, her body could not take the amount of drugs that came in, because remember, these are drugs that make you really very high, which gives you a lot of energy in your body. And that is the reason why we saw Sonali Fogart being in the situation that she was, because she was definitely overdosed by the amount of MDMA that had gone into her system, into her body. And we also, the bruise marks that the post-mortem report has shown on her legs and other parts of the body also suggests that she actually banged into different things while going to the washroom, and from there she picked those injuries.
Yes,
and this is what Sudhir has told.
Medical aid
Goa
being
police
delayed for almost 4 hours is what sources are telling CNN News 18, and this is what the police says explains why Sudhir Sangwan is actually the prime accused in this case. Why did he not seek medical assistance for Sonali when she was found to be in that condition?
So yes, what we have been told is that Sudhir actually himself had no idea as to what amount of drug was to be given, and the reaction that came out of Sonali Fogart, that was very, very unprecedented for them. I also spoke to the family members of Sonali Fogart, where I got to know that there was absolute no history of any sort of drug abuse. So yes, they were the first time users, and when they used it the first time, they had no idea as to what were the amounts that to be used and what could be the backdrops of it, or what could be the setbacks that they could get through it. And hence the amount of drugs that was used, that actually resulted in the death of Sonali Fogart. And that is why the Goa police is saying that it is going to be really very difficult, or a very, very uphill task for them to actually prove that this was a planned murder. And or because the Goa police also believes somewhere around the corner that this was actually done by accident, since they did not know the correct amount of drugs that could be used to get through the night. But yes, the amount of drugs that were used for that party, because remember, just one day ago, before that CCTV visual came in, or before the death of Sonali Fogart, just one night ago, in fact, they came here to Goa, and right after reaching Goa, they went to that party where they consumed these drugs in high quantity, after which Sonali Fogart had the drug overdose, is what the police is saying. But remember, this is all the part of a preliminary investigation that the police is doing. Today, police has arrested two more people. These includes the drug peddler who supplied those drugs to Sonali Fogart and his aides, and also the owner of Curly's Cafe has also been arrested. Now, the owner of Curly Cafe has been arrested because he has a bad history. Because remember, a few years ago, there was also a case in Goa in the same Curly's Cafe where a foreigner, where a tourist, in fact, was raped and then was thrown into the waters, and that is the reason why the police has now arrested the owner.
So
of
all eyes clearly are now on
Sudhir
Sangwan. Who is he, and why has he become the focus of this entire story, and why is he being seen as the main accused? I'm going to take that question to Hemant Atri in just a bit. But earlier today, I spoke to Sonali Fogart's brother-in-law, who demanded a CBI inquiry into the incident and called it a murder. Let's listen in. We are being joined by Kuldeep. He is Sonali Fogart's brother-in-law. Kuldeep ji, thank you so much. आपने हमें समय दिया. आज और अरेस्ट हुए हैं. सब इंडिकेशन है कि कोई लार्जर कंस्पिरेसी है इस मर्डर के खिलाफ, जो क्लियरली अब दिख रहा है. ये जो नॉर्मल हार्ट अटैक का इंसिडेंट नहीं है. जब आप लोगों ने ये डिमांड किया था कि ये सीबीआई इंक्वायरी हो, तब ये सब शायद फैक्ट्स पब्लिक डोमेन में नहीं आए थे. तो क्या अब जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो रहा है, परिवार के मुताबिक ये सही डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है?
मैडम, अभी तो इन्वेस्टिगेशन सही चल रही है. अगर ये बाद में यानी कि वो ना हो जाए, बाद में यानी कि ढील बढ़ती, तो हम सीबीआई इंक्वायरी की मांग करेंगे और नार्को टेस्ट की मांग करेंगे. अभी क्या है, 10 दिन का वो मिला है, क्या नाम, रिमांड मिलने से ये नहीं होता. अभी उसको रिमांड पे लिया जाए, उससे सख्ती से निपटा जाए, उसे मार पीट के पूछा जाए तेरे साथ कौन था कौन नहीं था. वो जब भी बताएगा, ये थोड़ी ना बताएगा होटलों में जाके यहाँ ड्रग दी थी, ये दी थी, वो करा था, यहाँ हम वहाँ ले गए हैं, वो ले गए हैं. वो तो यही कहेगा, उसको घुमाते रहेंगे ये 10 दिन तक. पुलिस वाले, फिर क्या रिमांड हुआ।
उनके जो पर्सनल असिस्टेंट है सुधीर सांगवान, वो अब पुलिस हिरासत में हैं और गोवा पुलिस का कहना है कि उन्होंने मर्डर भी एक्सेप्ट कर लिया है। आपको क्या लगता है मोटिव क्या होगा इस मर्डर के पीछे?
इसके पीछे यही होगा भी इसकी जमीन जायदाद पे यानी कि हम कब्जा कर लें, हमारे को क्या पता कागज वगैरह लिखवा रखे हैं क्या, ये तो पता चलेगा, उसका रिमांड लिया जाएगा, जब पता चलेगा वही बकेगा। अभी क्या नाम कर रखा है, किस वजह से मौत की गई है, हम तो अभी तक तो मैं तो शुरू से ये कहता आ रहा हूँ, कोई चैनल उठा के देख लो, मैं ये हार्ट अटैक नहीं है, ये मर्डर है, कोई मान ही नहीं रहा था।
तो सुधीर जो उनके पीए हैं वो उनके साथ गोवा क्यों गए थे, क्या लगता है, और क्या सोनाली ने इस गोवा ट्रिप के बारे में अपने परिवार वालों को बताया था?
कोई तीसरे दिन नहीं थी, कोई चौथे दिन नहीं थी, शूटिंग तो थी नहीं, वो उनका पर्पज यही था, गोवा कौन आएगा इतनी दूर इनके परिवार से, और भाई हाँ यानी कि ड्रग दे के इसको और वो कर देंगे, यानी कि और फिर कह देंगे हार्ट अटैक है और वहाँ ले जाएंगे, अपने सारा कुछ कब्जा कर लेना। लॉकरों की चाबी उसके पास थी, गाड़ियों की चाबी उसके पास थी, फ्लैट की चाबी उसके पास थी, सारी चाबियां वो रखता था, एटीएम कार्ड तक वो रखता था, टेलीफोन ये मोबाइल फोन भी वही रखता था मैडम।
So the main accused in this case is Sudhir Sangwan, the personal assistant of Sonali Fogart. Let's give a recap for our viewers as to what do we know about him. He met Sonali Fogart in 2019 and this was during her political stint. He used to arrange for her funds for her political campaign and managed the entire campaign as well. So he was the strategist, come personal assistant, come manager for Sonali Fogart. What now the family is alleging, this is now the family's version, that Sudhir actually had access to Sonali's property documents. He used to operate Sonali's accounts and finances. He had access to her farmhouse, had even taken her ATM card. He used to operate her ATM card. And he did not allow family members of Sonali Fogart to even talk to her, did not even respond to their messages when Sonali Fogart's family would text her. He, in fact, used to even decide who gets to meet Sonali and who would not even meet her. Why did she start believing him so much? A person she had only met as recently as 2019. Hemant Attri, respond to that question. He is a lawyer by profession. He is now the main accused in this entire murder. What made Sonali Fogart have so much of faith in him that she was almost distancing herself completely from her family?
Arya, it's a very good question in the whole episode. See, she was very less educated. She was only a matriculate. And all of a sudden, by virtue of her connections in BJP, she got a ticket from Adampur, which is a very high profile constituency. So all of a sudden, it came to her and she was not aware of what about the electoral politics is. And Sudhir Sangwan, he took, benefit of the same thing and got close to her during the whole process, maybe Lok Sabha election in 2019 and subsequently in her own election in 2019, October, when Haryana Assembly was going on. So that was the pretext through which he got into, and he started managing her finances, her convenience, her meetings, her appointments and everything. That's how he entered into, because it was very challenging for getting a ticket and contesting an election. They are two different ball games. Sonali got that ticket, but she had no experience of electoral politics. And he got a benefit of it. And he got so close to her that he became everything. See, unfortunately, she got widowed in 2016. And she has only one daughter of 15 years. And the family at large, she has two more sister-in-laws who are also unfortunately widows. Only one of her, brother-in-law is alive and who is not also in a good condition. So she needed one help, an active help. And Sudhir got into that space, he got into those boots and started managing everything. That is point number one, okay. Mariaji. Second thing, which your correspondent was saying and which I think is missing somehow. See, in the whole conversation, that audio conversation that you just played, here again, Sangwan is also telling a lie. What he is saying that all through the night they were talking and everything was going smooth. While as the same, your camera footage and everything, it is showing that from 12 onwards, she was not well. She was taken to the washroom. She stayed for 2 hours. And after that, she was taken to that resort, and from there, she was carried to the hospital. He's telling lies all through. That makes him all the more culpable on 3 accounts.
Okay.
Telling a lie to the
Yes.
family, not taking their calls,
Okay.
and not giving her a medical aid.
Assistance.
once it
That's
is
what
required.
even the police is saying, that why did Sudhir not provide her medical assistance for almost 4 hours when her condition started deteriorating after having that
Maharaj,
spiked
one more
drink?
Fact, one more fact.
Yes, Hemant
One more
Atriji, I
fact.
just have 20 seconds for you. Please, quickly.
One more fact. Sudhir can be very openly seen inducting drug to her through a glass or a bottle.
Okay.
What else proof you want? He is inducting MDMA orally through a bottle.
That's a subject
What
of
else
investigation,
do you
Hemant
want?
Atriji. Thank you so much for joining us. Shifting focus to our debate now. There seems to be no end to Delhi government's troubles, with the Kejriwal government now under lens over an alleged scam in building additional classrooms in government schools in Delhi. A CVC report of 2020 had found irregularities and procedural lapses in the construction of additional classrooms in schools. The report has cited counting toilets as classrooms to inflate figures related to school infrastructure and was flagged by the Central Vigilance Commission inquiry report. The report was then sent to the CVC, and in fact the Vigilance Secretary in February 2020 for seeking comments regarding further investigation, but he did not revert. Now the Delhi LG Vinay Kumar has sought a report from the Delhi Chief Secretary over the delay of 2.5 years on part of the Vigilance Department in acting on this inquiry report. The controversy has now become a full-blown political war, with BJP Delhi Chief Adesh Gupta hitting out at Delhi Education Minister Manish Sisodia. Manish Sisodia, meanwhile, came out all guns blazing against the BJP, calling it a party of illiterates. With the heat on Aam Aadmi Party once again, the big question is, will we know the truth? Will the Delhi government answer questions? We'll be taking those questions to the guests in just a bit, but first the story.
उनके भेड़ियों की तरह अरविंद केजरीवाल, मनीष सिसोदिया ने मिलकर शिक्षा के नाम पर भी करोड़ों रुपए का घोटाला।
इनको ये हजम नहीं हो रहा कि दिल्ली के सरकारी स्कूल बहुत शानदार चल रहे हैं। ये अनपढ़ गंवार लोगों की पार्टी है और ये पूरे देश को अनपढ़ और गंवार रखना चाहती है।
Joining me now, Anuja Kapoor, spokesperson of Delhi BJP. Abhishek Dutt is a spokesperson of Congress. Siddharth Sharma, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Siddharth, why has there been a delay on taking action on the vigilance report? 2.5 years.
Maria, this question has to be asked for the investigators. Aam Aadmi Party has always been open to investigation, but here right now, Aam Aadmi Party is charging BJP with a very serious offence, and we are very unequivocally saying that BJP is anti-education. It is hell-bent upon not educating the children of this nation, and I'm going to give you 3 examples. Example number 1, 51,000 schools across India have been shut down between 2018 and 19. 51,000 schools. 6,300 of those schools have been closed in Gujarat. 26,000 of those schools have been closed in Uttar Pradesh. In Karnataka, 29,000 schools are on the verge of being closed. Point number 2. Second point, India today needs around 6% of its GDP to be spent on education. That is the policy, that is the advice that has come from all quarters. 6% of its GDP, India's GDP, has to be spent on education. The union government is spending only 3.1% of it on education. Point number 3, the Gujarat literacy rate in 2001, when BJP came into power, was 79%. Within 10 years of Mr. Modi becoming the Chief Minister of Gujarat, it fell down to 69%.
Okay.
Aam Aadmi Party literally is
But
the standing
you have not
wall
answered my question,
in front
Siddharth
of
Sharma.
BJP,
The CVC
in front
report
of BJP.
says That the cost of constructing additional classrooms escalated to the extent of 326.25 crore, which is 53% higher than the awarded amount of tender.
Maria, you yourself said that CVC is saying that there might have been procedural lapses. Those are things for the investigating agency to find out. But when I compare these things, compare it with Aam Aadmi Party's Delhi government, we have added 700 schools.
Okay.
2.5 lakh
Anuja
students
Kapoor,
from other private schools have joined
This
Delhi
issue
government
surfaced
schools.
for the first time in 2019. Why is it that almost every day there is one issue or the other that
Mr.
is exchange of...
Manoj Tiwari has been brandishing that paper since 2019. They tried to make it an issue even in 2020 elections, Vidhan Sabha elections in Delhi, and the people don't accept it for the simple reason that the parents of the
So what is the question you're asking me?
Yes, my question is an issue that is raised
Allow
in
the person to be quiet, sir.
2019.
Please be quiet.
Why is this issue surfacing again?
So it is not the issue which is surfacing again and again. The issue needs to be addressed. Actually, it was not, sir, allow me to speak. There is no point of shouting.
Anuja
I can
Kapoor,
shout much
please.
better than you.
Yes.
You will get
Anuja
to know
Kapoor,
right
respond.
now.
Yes.
So the problem which we are facing is that these Aam Aadmi Party people are the Pinocchios. And what they are talking about, they are the most illiterate people. They just think that Arvind Kejriwal is IRS. I think he's the most illiterate one. They forget that Piyush Goyal, S. J. Shankar, Harshvardhan, General V.K. Singh, Atal, we even say Atul Jaitley Saab, Jitendra Singh, Nirmala Sitaraman. So they talk about that we people are uneducated, illiterate people. The problem is these people who talk about health models and educational model have done a nota in their own era, which is going on, which is going to be washed out very soon. Because now an Aam Aadmi Party, which has been talking about that they have made so many.
Let's have the AAP representative on the
toilets,
screen now,
which is
please.
called as schools. This is where they talk about toilets, which is called as schools, and they talk about the classrooms. The problem is where they are going. We have to understand that we're not talking about the issues which we are picking up again and again. No, it is not that. They diverge themselves from the issues which Bhajpa picks up. We are doing our opposition. We are a very strong opposition party. We will pick up the lapses of the Aam Aadmi Party. If they will be corrupted, we will bring out their corruption. Na khate hain, na khane denge. This is the motto of Narendra Modi ji, and this is our the very big issue which people believe that
Abhishek Dutt,
where we
here is the BJP which has made its stand known that they will be punching holes into everything that has been done by the Aam Aadmi Party. Tell us, what is the stand?
Sorry?
What is the stand of the Congress? Abhishek Dutt.
Very surprised.
Yourself.
I'm very surprised. I thought the BJP spokesperson will come with more facts. We raised this issue about 2 years back, and I will tell you what this issue is all about. 17th February 2020, Central Vigilance Officer had sent a report to the Delhi government. And the report very clearly said that there was a tender for 194 schools in which 2,526 classrooms were to be made. Basically, all the classrooms where there were kids more than 50 in one classroom, additional classrooms were to be made, for which a tender was done for 860 crores. Now when Aam Aadmi Party government started making these rooms, you'll be surprised the tender cost without re-tendering went up to 13 crore 50 lakhs. Number of rooms that they were supposed to be constructed went up. 160 toilets were to be made, but they made 1,214 toilets, and these toilets were shown as rooms. At the
Sir,
cost
your
of
report is with everybody.
per classroom.
Harish Khurana has already given this report already.
So can
it has
you
been taken out. It is done by
Please let me
BJP
complete.
only. No.
Please
So
let me
this is
complete.
what. Don't tell me that I have not come
Please
with
let
the
me
report. I have already had
Please
a
let
report.
me complete, madam. Please let me complete.
Was to be made of rupees 33
You have to
lakhs.
have
So I know that
patience.
how much
I
they
would
have
request
invested and how much they have not. And they are talking about
Can I
37
please
crore
come in?
approximately.
This is no way to debate. They don't come with facts, and now when they're exposing both their failures, they start talking in between.
To intervene.
What, Harish Khurana, this is the report by the Central Vigilance Committee. Please read and come for the debate. Your party, your LG was sitting quiet for 2 years. We've been demanding an inquiry for the last 2 years, and you people ignored it. Today, Aam Aadmi Party is using a fake education model by giving ads in the top newspapers, misleading the country, misleading the world. And this is what the reality is.
Okay, I have just enough time for Siddharth Sharma. Siddharth Sharma, you heard from the BJP and the Congress. Both of them are raising the similar point. If there were irregularities and the CVC has highlighted it in February 2020 itself, then why didn't Aam Aadmi Party take any action? It's been 2.5 years.
Yes. I'll answer to that question because it has a context. When Aam Aadmi Party government is giving education to Delhi school students, government students, we consider the people of Delhi, the citizens of Delhi as human investment. When we see them as that, we try to give them world-class education. And this is undoubtedly, this has been a record. Everyone knows that Aam Aadmi Party's school education.
What is your word?
I'm coming to that. Maria, I told you I'm coming to.
No. What is your word renowned education model, sir? Tell me what was the rank of your 10th and 12th class.
You cannot shout me down.
Tell me what was the rank of the 10th and 12th class. You want to talk about education model?
This is a debate on education.
Tell me how many were the toppers.
Let us at least be decent. Let us at least be decent.
Maria, can you please come in?
When you are saying the names of your...
You know, both of you are leveling charge against Aam Aadmi Party. It's in all fairness that they should get a time to respond. Siddharth Sharma, I have just 30 seconds for you, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. World over, unless you invest on the people of India, unless you invest on your citizens, unless you invest on your children, you cannot get good governance, you cannot get economic prosperity. Aam Aadmi Party has been going on giving world-class education to people. Okay. Now, as far as the CVC report is concerned, this report about a procedural lab has been lying around for the last 2 years. Now, if there are any procedural lapses, there are enough investigative agencies with the central government.
All right, thank you so much. Why didn't the investigating agencies take action is what Siddharth Sharma of the Aam Aadmi Party is saying. Thank you so much. Abhishek Dutt and also Anuja Kapoor. That's all from me. Thanks so much for watching.